Every time I see a rapper talking about how streamers aren't as big as them, I literally laugh. And I find it so funny because streamers are bigger than rappers have ever been before. What's going on, y'all? It's willarmani. Hope everybody's feeling good today. If you are, please make sure to subscribe. I got more content coming on the way. Let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the decline of rappers' dominance because it's been on a decline for the last few years. But in the days between 2016 and the 2020s, rappers were the biggest and most known thing in not just music, but in culture. People like Uzi, people like Yachty, people like 21 Savage. Everybody was going crazy between this era, and even the early days before TikTok really took over, rappers were huge. But as soon as the lockdown happened, we saw that a lot of these rappers not only lost their traction, but streamers and content creators have become so much bigger than they actually were at their peak. And a lot of rappers would argue with this, but let me just speak on a few rappers who have been talking some shit about streamers themselves. Lil Baby was not talking too nice about streamers and directly to Blackboy Max, and this is something that a lot of people in the space know. Lil Baby at his peak was going crazy. He had so many songs, so many connections. Drake, Gunna, Young Thug. Lil Baby was doing well for a while. Today's current public perception of him has really gone down, and people not only don't really care about what he's got coming up next, but even his sales have started to drop. Nobody is paying attention the way that he may want people to believe. Lil TJ also had some shade to throw at Blackboy Max after he did his whole smoking thing in the Airbnb and didn't respect Blackboy Max's rules. Now, Lil TJ at his peak was really popping, and I'm from New York, so let me just say, when I have anything to say about a New York artist, it's not like I don't listen to their music, it's not like I don't care. I'm just being factual and I'm just being realistic. And I was a fan of Lil TJ at one point. I was a fan of Favi, and we'll talk about him, but even people in New York currently right now don't have their egos and heads blown up to the max to not be able to realize TJ is not doing as well as he was before. Same thing with Fabio Foreign, where Favi was actually locked up for a few months and it wasn't in the news, it wasn't in the headlines, nobody knew about it. Yet Favi also has things to say about Max and about how streamers aren't as big as rappers. And this is a common trend that I'm starting to see now over and over again when rappers hop on streamers' streams. Yachty even had something to say on Max's recent stream where he said that streamers are making money like rappers, but they'll never be as big as rappers or looked at as big as rappers. And I think that this is a complete biased statement and not true at all, because we have to look at it. The last 2 years, people like Kai Cenat, people like Blackboy Max, people like Aiden Ross, if it wasn't for them, a lot of the rappers who are even popping right now would not be popping, because some of these artists, even people that I just listed, have gotten on streams because they know that it's the way to get audiences. They know it's the way to get people's attention. So the truth is, rappers are not moving the needle the way that they used to, even if they believe they still are. Again, I Show Speed, Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, Blackboy Max, these people are the ones who are moving the needle and are changing the trajectory of how the culture is moving right now. They control content trends on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok alike. Through artist and song reactions, a lot of the times, these content creators are the ones who are breaking artists. They're the ones who are introducing new artists and old artists back into the mainstream. And we also have to keep in mind that they are pulling in millions sometimes live, more than some of the biggest artists can pull an arena. And I don't think that these artists are really factoring this in. They're saying, oh, like, yeah, and even Yachty did say this, so I won't discredit him. He said, yes, Max, you could probably pull an arena if you wanted to, but you'll never be as big as a rapper. But that's contradicting itself. What does that even mean? If Max or if Kai or if Aiden can pull an entire arena of people, doesn't that mean that they're bigger than rappers? Doesn't that mean that their bases are bigger? And in my opinion, yes, rappers will always be known as the cool people, but streamers and content creators are known as the relatable ones. And that's deeper than being cool, because what Yachty and Baby and all these people who have things to say don't realize is that being cool is actually looked at a bit differently now. And with the new generation and with more millennials growing up, people are starting to say, hey, you know what? Maybe being looked at as this big, untouchable, cool thing isn't that cool anymore, and it's more so looked at as really egotistical. And instead, we want somebody like a Blackboy Max, we want somebody like a Kai Cenat, where they're sitting in their house, and even though they're making a lot more money than us, we can relate to them more because they're in their house doing their thing, being themselves, and that's looked at as a lot bigger now. I think the big thing right now is that rappers feel threatened, and they're not going to act like this because rappers have big egos. They're not going to act like they feel like their place is being threatened, but it truly is, and they're aware of it. Rap has always been about being the biggest. So when new people and new players are coming in and they're now the biggest, it's starting to rub off on these people. And I think the thing is that they don't like the idea that somebody who doesn't make music and somebody who isn't doing what they do is overshadowing them. Because the truth is, in my personal opinion, as somebody who not only makes content but makes music, it is a lot harder, in my opinion, to make music and put out music and keep your career going and put together visuals and put together a theme and a whole world. Like it's a lot more than somebody were to pop on a camera and sit and talk and everything like that. And I'm not discrediting streamers, because again, I'm saying that streamers are bigger than artists, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like streamers don't have just a little less work to do than a rapper would to keep themselves relevant. But the reality is, streamers have influence over how rap is consumed now. Streamers have influence over how music is being digested and if people even check things out or not. We can't act like that isn't a big deal. Because the truth is, a streamer can make or break a song or an artist faster than radio or even marketing ever could. Streamers are bigger than rappers right now, and they just need to accept it. Instead of dissing them, rappers should start collaborating with them. Because in my opinion, the truth is that streamers are keeping rappers alive in so many ways. Do you think rappers will ever take back the spot, or do you think streamers are here to stay and going to continue to grow above them? Do you think that streamers are bigger than rappers, or do you think that my opinion and my take is wrong? Let's have a discussion in the comments. Please let me know what you think. And if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I got more content coming on the way. If you want to follow me or any of my own music, you could do that. Follow me on Instagram, willarmani with 2 eyes. Gonna be in the description. And I hope that everybody has an amazing and positive